So the question is, do you confront inmates who talk trash while you're doing your rounds, or do you let it go? I love this question, this inquiry, because it seems easy, simple, but it ain't. There are so many variables, moving pieces. So my immediate answer is, it depends. So do I confront inmates? Do I meet them face to face with hostile or argumentative intent? Do I face up and deal with a problem or a difficult situation? I don't know if I like the word confront. Feels gross. Aggressive. So let's change confront to address. Do I address inmates who talk shit? Do I give attention to or deal with a matter or a problem? Yes. Or no. Or maybe. I don't really know. What did your trainer with 2 years of correctional experience tell you to do? I'm sorry, I shouldn't have, but really, what'd they say? I fancy myself a communicator, a talker. I'm not really confrontational. I can be, I have been, but it's not my go-to. And I don't know if it's a route that I'd recommend. Because being overly aggressive, confrontational, talking crazy to our clientele could end up, well, not so well. So I don't really confront inmates who talk shit. However, I do address inmates who are talking shit depending on what type of shit they're talking. I know I'm very non-committal on this, but stay with me. If I'm walking around and some clown says that I look like Uncle Fester or Butterbean or that cake boss looking guy, I'd probably respond with something dry or sarcastic, but it depends. On what? Well, I'm glad you asked. It depends on who said it, how they said it, and what the motivation for them saying it was. What unit I'm in? The body language? History? Pretty much everything. Confused? Good! Let's say I'm walking through a day room and an inmate that I've known for like 20 years says something to me like, "Hey, young, you haven't changed a bit. You still look like Uncle Fester." I might chuckle, laugh, take a little jab back. It depends, right? But if I'm just passing through and some new guy says, "Look at this Uncle Fester looking motherfucker right here," I'd probably handle it differently. Do you get that? Flipping you a little shit versus talking shit? Do I have a rapport with the inmate? Are they crazy, combative, or causing trouble? Or are they just screwing around? Does that even matter? Maybe you're thinking that if you let one inmate disrespect you, then where will it stop? And I get that. So how can we address an inmate during our rounds that is talking a little shit? Let's start there. Just shut it down. The guy says whatever he says, which is probably something super funny and well thought out. And you're walking through and the guy says, "Young, you haven't changed. You still look like Uncle Fester." I might laugh and say something like, "I appreciate that. You really haven't changed either. How are you? Are you just passing through?" Etc., etc., etc. So there's that approach. Redirect and chit-chat if the inmate means no disrespect. Look, I know what you're thinking. So go ahead and just put it in the comments below. But maybe you don't want to engage and you want to just politely shut that shit down. You can say something like, "Hey, let's not do that." And then they say something like, "Well, I was just messing around." And then you can say something like, "Look, I understand that, but if I let you talk to me like that, then I gotta let everybody talk to me like that. I'm not letting everybody call me Uncle Fester. Plus, Uncle Fester didn't really have a beard, so let's work on it." Now, a lot of this depends on who says what and how it's said, right? So if inmate Smith starts talking shit and gets respectful and mean-spirited, you gotta shut that down. For example, if he says something like, "Yo, you's an Uncle Fester looking motherfucker," yeah, that's right. If that happens, I usually stop and ask them their name unless I already know it, and then I say something like, "What was that?" And then I do it in a calm tone like, "What was that?" Right body language and everything. Not, "What was that?" And then I see if they repeat it. Sometimes they do, but most of the time they won't. So I play off of them, but I calmly tell them that we don't do that here. I don't freak out or yell or threaten to lock them down. Again, it depends on what they say. If they're being overly ridiculous or disrespectful or threatening to hurt you, then they gotta go. And if they need to go to lockdown, I usually say something like, "We're not gonna do that today. Why don't you go ahead and head to your room for me?" And then I play off of them. If they ask why or freak out, I calmly explain to them that what they said was inappropriate and I'm going to be placing them on lockdown for their comments. I don't do that a lot because you can't just lock down people for talking crazy. Or can you? Do you? I don't. I like to use these moments as teaching moments. Use it to build connection and rapport. To redirect the behavior. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Corrections is situational, right? Meaning that there are an infinite amount of variables that affect both the approach and the outcome of a situation. That's why it's so important to know your policy and your people, to be able to speak to your audience. So let me say this. Your reaction to the shit talking will determine how that interaction goes. You are in control. You are in control. Put it in the comments there. I am in control. So be in control. Don't lose your shit. Don't shy away. And handle your business in a calm and professional way. This gets easier over time once you find your voice, your groove. So if you're new, be patient. A lot of this comes with time and experience. You'll get there. I've got faith in you. If you like this video, if you found value in this video, check out this video right here. Or this one right here. All right, guys, that's all I got. Until next time, be smart, stay safe, stay sane, and we'll talk soon.